Welcome everyone to the first edition of Pineleaf's vlog. I am today speaking from the Rift and Rescue at Nerdscashu, and I'd like to talk about what's coming up for the month of September on my YouTube channel. Now this is the first time I've attempted to vlog, so that's the first change that I'm going to be having in my channel, is that I'm going to try to have a monthly vlog discussing what I'm planning for the next month. And the second one is that I'm going to try to make plans by the month instead of randomly as I've been doing in the past, which has been totally random since I have been doing my Skirmish of Middle Earth on monthly blocks, so I will just make sure that my other plans also try to line up with them so that I could reassess what I'm doing there and make my changes at that point. So what is new for this month? Well, first off, I just got a new computer. I installed that, well, late on Friday, so that means late on Friday, started really seriously using it on Saturday. And it's a lot faster than my old system. So a lot of improvement there. Now I still have migration issues trying to get used to the new system because the keyboard is very different from my old keyboard. Yeah, the keys are in the same places, but the keys feel very differently because I used to use a standard keyboard, now I'm using a gaming keyboard here. So getting used to... Why am I in assailant stance? See, I'm so busy talking here that I am not following what I am doing. Alright, one of those things. Anyway, I have getting to migration ones. I lost the second half of an episode of Invisible Ink, which would explain something for any of those who wondered what happened to part 2 of episode 2. It's just that it disappeared somewhere into the ether during the migration time. So that's why I went directly to episode 3 there. If I find the rest of episode 2, I'll probably post that up in the future at some point. Hopefully I won't lose anything else because I have done the bulk of the migration already. Alright, very well. And now, what about the schedule? Well, first off, I will still have my daily updates to Pineleaf Plays the Runekeeper. Actually, technically it's 30 days a month is the number of episodes I have. And therefore this... That's just why in August there wasn't one on the 31st, since there were already 30 days. But in September, there are only 30 days in September, so therefore we'll have one for every day in September. The second thing is that at the end of, near the end of August, the Gondor series reached its end, where I finally completed all the major quests within the Gondor area. So that will end the Pineleaf Plays Gondor series. Except that we are expecting update 14.2 in the near future. It just went up to Bull Roar. And since it's up in Bull Roar, that means it'll probably be a couple weeks before it hits the live servers. And when it does, I will probably have a little trip into the Dead Marshes to go through there. I did post a preview of that content there, but I'll probably have a real journey into that content as part of the Pineleaf and Gondor series. And I'll expect that to start probably in the same week that the update hits live. Now I have two other series that I'll be running. First of all, there will be the Invisible Ink series, which I plan to run one game of Invisible Ink with each update that's performed. Now there is going to be an update on September 2nd, the day after I post this blog. So we're coming up with so that will come up soon, so I'll probably late this week I'll start posting results from that game. But I do have a couple more posts in the Invisible Link Game 1 first, before we get that far. And we'll go over what changes there were. Now, I believe that they're going to be doing changes once every 2 weeks. So I saw one spot that said maybe it was once a month. We'll find out what actually happens, whether it's once a week, every 2 weeks, or if it's monthly. Whatever is the case, I will expect to do 1 game per. The other series that I'm planning on doing is Pineleaf Peaks, which is a new series. And Pineleaf Peaks is essentially where I am caught completely off guard here. Yeah, alright. Yeah, started committing to a different gambit just as that crazy vengeful this. Okay, because I'm on this crazy platform here, I couldn't see who I was actually. Alright, let's kick him! Alright, there you go. Alright, a hole in the rubble. Right, this guy. I'm not going to do this in partial morale. No way. But, back to what I was doing. So I do still plan to be running games of Invisible Ink. So how many episodes I will have in a period of 2 weeks will depend on how far I get each time through. It could be very short. Oops, 1 episode, I really died fast, or it might be a little bit longer. This guy's tough. Especially if I keep on hitting the wrong buttons. What I'm doing is I'm now just hitting that back and forth. Alright, let's get back to the plans there. And I'm starting a new series, Pineleaf Peaks. Now, in Pineleaf Peaks, I am going in. Ooh, this thing looks really ugly. I never saw the back of that thing before. In Pineleaf Peaks, I will be going through a game that's either in very recently released or in early access. And during that time period, I'm going to show it, try to learn how the game works, and see if it's something that's worth doing a full series on, whether I just do a couple of runs on it, whether it's a game that you want to see or not, will I recommend it, and you'll have a chance to look at it and decide whether or not you like it. So currently I am preparing a couple episodes where I'm going through a game called Edge of Space, which is a game similar to Terraria, where we go through a 2-dimensional world trying to survive and craft and things like that. So I've just got started on that game, and I'll have a couple episodes posted on that. How far I go on that, I don't know yet, but I just hit the post-tutorial section. And of course, I still have no idea what's going on, but then what do you expect in a game like Terraria, or Edge of Space, or Minecraft, or games like that, or other games like that, where you essentially go through your first playthrough trying to figure out what in the world is going on. So if you like games like that, you may want to watch my series Pineleaf Peaks, where I'll look into that game. And later on, I'll have other episodes of Pineleaf Peaks where I will look at other games that are either new or in early access. But that's it for my vlog. So in summary, I have a new computer, which I'm working on. I am going to attempt to give these vlogs each month and give out what my schedule will be for that month. And that this month, I'll be continuing the RK series. And my current plans for that is to go up to the end of Volume 2. Then, when we have the release of 14.2, I will enter the Dead Marshes in my Gondor series and resume that. I'll be running Invisible Ink whenever that's available, and run 1 game per release. I'm thinking it's going to be once every 2 weeks. And finally, I've just started a Pineleaf Peak series, where I am currently going through a game called Edge of Space and seeing how I like that one. And that's it for the month of September, and I'll give you an update on how my channel is doing at the beginning of October. So long, and remember to skirmish responsibly.